What's up, guys? Here with my big brother. All right, this is the real hype, but it's not much better. Here with my brothers, trying to bring one question to each of them. Really, it's the same question. It's the question that made me this ridiculous knees over toes guy who happens to be trying to help change lives. And it is, what's the biggest obstacle that you overcame? I'll start with Mike, that you didn't see coming. Like really, let's get down to the nitty gritty, not just stay in school, work hard,
right?
Blah, blah, blah. You know, what's something you really overcame that people probably don't know? Like really the toughest thing that you overcame?
For me, honestly, and this is maybe going to sound a little oversimplified, but
that's okay.
Just starting. And really not just in the beginning, but for the whole journey. Anytime Buckets and I wanted to branch out, try something new, do something that wasn't in the normal routine that we were comfortable with, it's so easy for me to kind of talk myself out of it a little bit, like why we can't do it. Or I remember when we were starting the YouTube channel, I would tell Buckets, well, we don't have the right camera and we don't have the right laptop, but we also didn't have money to buy those things. And I get questions all the time from people, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel, Foamie, you know, how do I do it? And honestly, that's the best piece of advice is just start. You just have to jump in, because there's a quote that Buckets and I use sometimes. I don't know who said it, but don't let perfect be the enemy of good enough.
Wow. And
that doesn't mean put out a bad product or bad content, but it means you got to jump in and you got to figure it out as you go. Our videos are a lot better now than they were when we started 8 years ago or whenever it was. We would have never got there had we not just jump in. Like if you don't even start, you're not in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're all basketball players here. Like you sit and you go to the park as a kid, you're watching, you want to play. Oh, you don't have the right sneakers. You don't have this. Oh, they're older. I'm not good enough. Just jump in, bro. Just jump in. And then at least you're in the game and you figure it out from there.
Yeah. And I know for me, I regret the times I wasn't more bold.
Same.
Killer answer.
Okay.
Thank you. Start now. Start.
Mm-hmm.
Buckets.
Hello.
It's really the same question for you, you know?
Okay.
What was really the toughest thing you overcame?
So for me, I'm the technical side of the channel and the videos and the content that we produce. And the most difficult thing is really just the time that you have to invest into it, the energy,
So people would probably underrate.
I think a lot of people wouldn't know how much work it is.
Yeah.
Let me just interject really quick here.
Yeah.
So when we first started this is true. Buckets would be up all night. I swear to God, up all night doing just the opening slate for a video. I'd go to sleep. I'd wake up. He'd still be doing it. So
Holy
continue.
So
his caffeine addiction is legendary.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It is.
So, I mean, we don't have any like schooling in editing or, you know, video making or anything like that. We're basketball players. So
That's incredible.
So I didn't know how to do any of it, but I know what we wanted it to be. I knew what our vision was for it. And as the technical guy or the technical side of it, it was my job to make sure that, like he said, we didn't have the right camera, we didn't have the right laptop, but it had to be good enough to put up. That's something that we were both happy about, that we thought that people would enjoy. Otherwise, why even upload it? So to me, that was, I guess, the hardest thing.
Honestly, I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to be looking at. But
Yeah, I'm looking at both.
You have the tools for success with those two sides of it. Derek and I just put him through a really tough workout, Thursday's workout in here. Thank you guys so much. And stick around because Mr. Infinity himself is going to do a question in his own video. So thank you guys for being two of my best friends in the world.
Yeah, likewise.
For believing in me when I was working out of the, what do we call the place? The dungeon.
The dungeon, baby.
Dungeon.
Sometimes the lights wouldn't be on. We'd be working out with the lantern in there. So love you guys.
Love you, man.
Love you, brother.
Thank you. All right.
Podcast, boys.
Let's go. You guys crushed those.
Okay, good.
We in here with my guys, man. Like I said, I met them on the court, man, talking shit. A couple of years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, Ben was like, man, I got these guys, man. They're some killers. So I was like, all right. But listen, man, we appreciate it. We just got to put them through a workout, the ATG for Life workout. And I just want a couple of questions for them. Man, they like the pillars in this community right now, man. They kind of motivated me, Ben, and a lot of guys just in this area to kind of believe in themselves. So the question I got, man, is like, what got you guys into this genre of the shoe game? Like, first and foremost, and what keeps you guys motivated, man? These guys day in and day out produce content like no other. And it's like, man, how does that happen? And what got you started into this game?
Okay, so I'll take that one, Buckets. So we really kind of, I hate to say fell into it, but essentially Buckets and I both had knee surgery at the time. Yeah. And so we were trying to, figure things out. What's the next step? We had a lot of downtime. The doctor told me I couldn't even put pressure on my foot because I had the knee surgery for 6 months. So we're laid up. Buckets and I are living together, and we were getting restless, man. We were getting restless. I was on YouTube one day, and I saw a sneaker video, and I said, "Oh shit, they do sneaker what?" Because we've been into sneakers our whole life. Yeah. So
I grew up in just.
Oh yeah,
out east, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I was like, man, I got a bunch of sneakers. We got a bunch of sneakers. Let's do a video, and so we did it, kind of just having fun with it, just a little bit of an outlet. Yeah. And we're like, all right, let's do another one. And next thing you know, we had been doing it for a few months, and we were getting messages from all over the world. Philippines.
I remember the Philippines.
The Philippines was rocking with us heavy, man. Shouts to the Philippines, man. Yo, Philippines, we love you. It got to the point where we actually stopped doing videos for a month or two, whatever it was. And a dude from the Philippines hit us up and was like, yo, man, I loved your videos. What happened? I loved coming home and watching them. And that's kind of when we were like, damn, like this is, having some impact. This is reaching some people, and we enjoy doing it. Yeah. So, we kind of use that to the second part of your question, kind of use that as motivation. And that's kind of what continues to motivate. Like, we get so much love from people, and Buckets, the people we've run into. We ran into a guy in New York City one time, a lawyer, full business suit, basically told us that we saved his life. I know that sounds crazy, but he said he was going through a real bad divorce, and he would come home and he would watch a couple of our videos. Some people might say, damn, man, a sneaker video, and it's just a sneaker video, but it reaches people. Right. And that's been really cool for us. And to be able to reach different people and a different audience, and then be able to connect with guys like you and guys like Ben and other people who are doing what we're doing, other creators. Yeah. And that's kind of what keeps it going. If there wasn't those people and those energies to bounce energy back, it probably would be dead in the water. But because of that, that's kind of what keeps us going and keeps us motivated. So that's the story with that one, man.
So let me ask you a follow-up question. Is it the fact that you motivating people here, or the fact that you are passionate about the sneaker game and what you're doing? Do you love this genre? Do you love creating? What is it that you like? What's your passion behind it?
It's all that. It's really all that. Like I said, we've been into sneakers since little kids.
You still love the sneaker game.
Oh yeah, of course.
Sure. Wow.
Of course, man. I'm gonna be 90, God willing, and have a nice pair of Air Maxes on. Yeah. That's just like, it's not. I think some people are like, oh, once you're out of high school or once you're out of college, like then you can. Oh man, I've loved Jordans my whole life. I've loved Nikes my whole life. New Balance, all of it. So
it's like your inner child, like your youngest self is like still able to play and experience life through this shoe game, so to speak.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite quotes is "Don't grow up, it's a trap." Facts, though. Obviously, we're grown ups. We got to take care of what we got to take care of. But at the same time, like, I don't subscribe to the school of thought that you get to a certain age or a certain point, or now you have a family and now you can't do the things that make you happy or the things that you're passionate about. How many hoopers do you know? Nah, I don't hoop no more, bro. Nah, I got 2 seeds at home, and bro, but yeah, I know you love it. So,
and you see it in their eyes too. They dead in it, right?
It hurts. It hurts.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Man.
So,
but yeah, let me ask Buckets.
Sure.
And a similar type of question, man. Buckets is one, I'm telling you, man. We live, I got a studio here, man. They probably like 2 or 3 blocks down the road, man. I can walk past it there sometimes at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I see Buckets in the back working. You know what I'm saying? What keeps you going, man? Like you can go 12, 13, 14 hours a day, just work. Hey, D, he come in here and get a workout in and go right back to work. Like, what keeps you going like that?
The silence behind the violence.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that keep me going. A lot of, essentially what my brother said. Basically, we enjoy it. It's a creative, to be able to create and to be able to put something out into the world that people enjoy and people will, take whatever they take from it.
Yeah, that's the one, man. I mean, you put something out, you create something, you put it out into the world, whatever it is, and you get that energy back, man. And he's the most creative dude I know. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be doing it without him. He's the maestro. Like I'm on camera a lot of times. Buckets has his own little following now, exactly. But he's the most creative guy I know. Like people see the clothing brand and they're like, oh man, when did you decide to get into that? This guy was 13, 14 years old doing t-shirts, selling them at high school, for $20 a pop. So, oh yeah, he was born a hustler and born a really creative dude. So just interjecting there, but you go ahead.
Thank you very much. So, yeah, I mean, that's what keeps me going. And I have I've learned basically to have a high capacity to produce, because consistency is the thing that I kind of care about. Like Michael Jordan's not Michael Jordan if he doesn't do it for as long as he did it.
Yeah, it's facts.
LeBron, right? Just 19th year producing at this all-star level. Yeah. Anyone can do anything one time.
Right, one hit wonder.
Anyone can do it twice a year, but we're trying to make content every day. So that's what motivates me, the consistency of it and the fact that when we create something, people like it, that they enjoy it, that they have some emotional response to it. And that's kind of what I care about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they reciprocate the energy you guys put out.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
That's amazing, man. So man, really just to kind of finish off, man, what is your brand? What are you guys goal? Like where can people find you? And what's your mission out here, man? Like moving forward.
So the mission is to create and spread love. And I know that's kind of become a cliche thing, but that's what we care about. Like there's so much negativity in the world right now. I think everyone can attest to that. Yeah. Buckets and I make it a point. We never engage in any of the negative stuff. Life is too short for that. We focus on each other. We focus on family and friends and creating through love. And we try to show that in all things, whether it's our YouTube videos, whether it's the clothing brand, whether it's the way we interact, whether it's collaborations we work on. So that's really the above all else goal, I guess you could say. Underneath that, when we're just trying to make it do what it do, man. We're just trying to see where the clothing brand can go, see where the YouTube channel can go, just keep growing and growing. Anyone who does want to check out the clothing brand, it is uncivilizedstore.com. The YouTube channel is Mr. Foamer Simpson. And obviously that's my moniker, but it's both of our channel. He is, what's your Instagram?
Young_Buckets.
Young _ if you want to see the real maestro, the real mastermind, check him out.
And also the podcast.
Foamie
and Buckets.
Yep, the Foamie and Buckets podcast on most of your. Oh man, yeah, we just like to podcast boys in the building. So yeah, man,
having fun with it. They having fun with it, man. And I can talk to y'all all day, man. So where y'all going with this hoop thing, man? We just talked about guys that's you look in their eyes and they just gave up, man. How far do y'all want to? Because they've been in here consistently working out for the past maybe 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Consistent doing this ATG for Life program. Yes, how do you feel from that, man? And where do you want to take this hoop game? Because we're gonna be grinding it out for the next. I don't know, man. We're gonna be battling for a while. You know what I'm saying? We be on the court.
Well, I need my get back on you first and foremost. You beat us last time. I feel great with this stuff. And I'm really not just saying this. This is incredible. This is Buckets and I hadn't worked out since COVID hit, and since gyms closed down and people moved away and people kind of we fell out of touch a little bit with that core that we had built down here. And it was real good. And oh man, super competitive. You know that because we're all hoopers, so we all played at a high level, and I feel great. So I want to continue. I mean, Buckets and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago. I want to play till I'm an old man, and I think the stuff that we're doing in here is going to really allow us to do that, because it's functional stuff. It's stuff that the next day you can feel, damn, my knees feel better now than they did 10 years ago. And that's no cap. That is 100% fact. I couldn't even walk up steps without pain 10 years ago. And now I can get out there and hoop. I can play a couple times a week competitively and be fine. So we're just going to keep going and kind of see where it goes. But we're all, once a hooper, always a hooper, man. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So
and this is allowing you to kind of stay in the game. You can see a future for yourself. Just keep it consistent, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah, what about you, Buck?
Really the same thing, because we live together, we work together, so
we hoop together.
Yeah, we hoop together. So when we stopped working out, it was kind of like, okay, like
that's what we do.
Yeah, and then we were focusing more on work and different stuff. But you got to be able to work, but you also got to, now we have fun with work, but you also want to like have different avenues of
balance out.
Right. If you're passionate about something, why put it to bed?
Yeah.
So
y'all good, man. These boys can play, man.
Hey, man.
Really can play, man. He's 6'8", can shoot them anywhere. Both of them don't miss from three. You can't leave them open ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they got that New York grind in you. You know what I'm saying? I love that. So yeah, man. I appreciate y'all coming in, joining us, man. Going through a whole workout. Then, my dude Mike got the sled fluid still popped on the podcast. So that's all love, man. I appreciate y'all joining us, man.
Thanks for having us.
Like I said, ATG for life, man. They going through this workout, man. If y'all want to follow along with them, man, just hit us up, man. Find this book on Amazon, ATG for life. But yeah, man, it's all love, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Boom.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hey.
Podcast boys.
Ay.